Yo, 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 what's up, Diamond family? It's your man VV, and welcome back to the VVS Academy. As you guys know, I'm here every week dropping off gems, teaching you to record and mix your music better. So if that sounds good to you, stick around. Look, man, I got a really crazy video for you guys. I'm gonna walk you guys through my 5-step mixing process. I'm gonna show you how you can use this process to mix every single song flawlessly. It's gonna take us about 10 minutes, so let's dive right into it. I'll play the song how it sounds now, and then we'll start into the process.
Other night getting home, she had no clothes on. Trying to put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like the Tug with Lou. If you want to get flicked on his cake. I was 13 years old on Ridge Avenue. Getting drunk, me and Captain and Trip. Just a tiny ass boy with some new gal boots. Hoping mama come and turn them loose.
Cool. So as you can hear, the song already sounds pretty good, and that's because we've already done step 1, which is balance the track out. If you're still struggling to get your vocals to sit inside the beat and really balance your vocals and beat every single time, check out my free course down below. It's going to change the game for you. It's going to teach you how to balance out your vocals and your beat flawlessly every single time, and it's repeatable. It's super easy. Check that out down below. So we've already done the balance step. And if we go to our mixer and we look at the all vocals and the mix bus, you'll see that they're going to be in basically the same place. The music bus might peak louder because of the drums and things that are going to hit momentarily, but the overall average loudness is going to be pretty much in the same area. It should be around here, so let's see.
Other night getting home, she had no clothes on. Trying to put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like the Tug with Lou. If you want to get flicked on his cake.
And that's also another great way to determine if your song if your track needs compression. Look at how much it's moving. If the signal is jumping, 5-10 dB between transients, you might want some compression just to make the sound a little bit more consistent. So we know we're going to need to compress these vocals. We're just not to that stage yet. So we've balanced everything out. As we can see, they're peaking at, well, they're not peaking, but they're living in around the same range. The volume is good. It sounds like a good balance. The next thing we do is clip, and we've actually already done this step as well. These 2 steps are a part of my balancing course that you should check out, but I usually do these during recording just so that when I come to mix, I can just start and it comes together a lot faster. But the clipping stage, you can use any clipper you want. I'm using the Initial Audio clipper, but I use Standard Clip. There's MOT from Slate. There's 1,000 different clippers. You can literally use any clipper that you like. I'm just adding a little bit of threshold. I'm not changing the gain or any of the saturation.
Other night getting home, she had no clothes on. Trying to put this country boy to bed.
And so let's listen to without the clipper. The clipper is just basically cutting off the highest peaks within the track that cross 0 dB. It's just making everything stay below the 0 dB threshold. But it's also adding some gain and a tiny bit of saturation. So let's listen before and after the clipper.
Other night getting home, she had no clothes on. Trying to put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like the Tug with Lou. If you want to get flicked on his cake.
Let's hear it with the clipper now.
Other night getting home, she had no clothes on. Trying to put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like the Tug with Lou. If you want to get flicked on his cake.
So we're just talking about a little bit of volume difference, a little bit more control. That's step 2. Speaking of control, step 3 is control. That's when we're going to start to add some compression, and we're going to start to control some of the frequencies that are doing a little bit more than we need them to. So let's go ahead and grab a virtual mix rack here. This I would generally do. Have this already set up in the mixing stage as well, but for some reason I just didn't. We'll grab a mix bus, and I like to use this virtual console when I'm mixing because I think it gives just a more cohesive sound to the mix, a bigger sound to the mix. It adds a little bit more depth. You don't have to use the Slate. You can use Waves NLS. You can use any other console emulation. Even if you mess with Plugin Alliance, you can get the SSL channels and put those on every channel and it'll work similar to a console. So I just like there to be some sort of analog emulation on my entire mix just for cohesion and sound. So we've got this. Let's go ahead and grab a compressor. We're going to grab the SSL compressor and we're going to get some very light compression. We want this bottom light to barely come on.
Other night getting home, she had no clothes on. Trying to put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like the Tug with Lou. If you want to get flicked on his cake.
And so I'm also hearing a note that I don't really love. So I'm going to show you guys an advanced auto-tune tip here. Hang on.
Put this country boy to bed.
Yeah, that note bed, it's not the wrong note as in it's off pitch, but it's the wrong note as in it's not the note that fits the melody. So let's fix that really quickly. If you duplicate your lead vocal channel and copy the same effects and everything, we're just going to take this last word and then we'll pull up Waves Tune, which is really the only Waves plugin that's worth anything. And I'm joking, guys, but watch where the vocals, we're going to watch where the notes go and see if we can clean it up. Yeah, see that bed word is flipping in between these two notes. Let's go back a little.
Night getting home, she had no clothes on. Trying to put this country boy to bed.
Yeah, so it's moving around. I think it should go to this higher note. So I'm just going to tell the Waves Tune to push it up to that next note, to this A sharp or this B flat whenever it hits this A. So let's see what that does.
Night getting home, she had no clothes on. Trying to put this country boy to bed.
Much better. As you can hear, that completes the melody. It feels better. We can breathe easier. That's what we want. I think this next ending line also should be on this channel. That's just a quick way. If the note isn't exactly what you want the note to be, but it's still in tune, you can switch it to a different note using Waves Tune. All right. Now we've got that dialed in. We're starting to get some control. Let's go ahead and grab another compressor. We're just going to grab a Townhouse compressor here, which is another SSL compressor. That's just really going to add a little bit of punch, a little bit of volume, and just the tiniest bit of control because we're doing like 1 dB of gain reduction here. And let's change that loop. Let's get this whole thing.
Other night getting home, she had no clothes on. Trying to put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like the tailgate with Luke. If you want to get flipped on this cage.
So cool, let's jump to the vocal and start to do some compression there. Just control that a little bit better. We're probably going to end up controlling the beat as well. So let's go with the vocal and then we'll jump back to the beat.
Other night getting home, she had no clothes on. Trying to put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like the tailgate with Luke. If you want to get flipped on this cage. I was 13 years old on Ridge Avenue. Getting drunk, me and Captain and Trip. Just a tiny ass boy with some new gal boots. Hoping mama come and turn them loose.
Also, you'll notice I'm not doing a ton of gain reduction with my compression because the vocal's already been compressed during tracking. If you didn't compress when you tracked, when you recorded the vocal, you might want to use more compression. It just depends on how you want the vocal to sound and how present you want it to be.
Other night getting home, she had no clothes on. Trying to put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like the tailgate with Luke. If you want to get flipped on this cage. I was 13 years old on Ridge Avenue.
Cool. I like how that sounds, but it's brought up some EQ issues that I think we should change. So let's grab our API.
Other night getting home, she had no clothes on. Trying to put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like the tailgate with Luke. If you want to get flipped on this cage. I was 13 years old on Ridge Avenue. Getting drunk, me and Captain and Trip. Just a tiny ass boy with some new gal boots. Hoping mama come and turn them loose. Other night getting home, she had no clothes on. Trying to put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like.
I like where that's going. Let's go ahead and get some compression on the actual beat. As you can see, it's very dynamic, meaning that like the kicks and the snares, they hit loud, but the melody elements are not quite as loud. So let's try to reduce some of the transients or make those kicks less punchy so that we can turn the entire beat up a little more. For this one, we're going to grab a compressor that we can control the attack and delay of. Attack and release on.
Night getting home, she had no clothes on. Trying to put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like the tailgate with Luke. If you want to get flipped on this cage. I was 13 years old on Ridge Avenue. Getting drunk, me and Captain and Trip. Just a tiny ass boy with some new gal boots. Hoping mama come and turn them loose.
So we're getting good level. We got good headroom as well. I like where we are. Let's skip to the next step, which is step 4, which is shaping. We're going to shape the tone of the mix using mostly EQ. And we're going to start at the mix bus. This is where we're going to really clean up things and add some frequencies where they may need to be added as well. So let's deal with that.
Night getting home, she had no clothes on. Tryna put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like to took it with loot. If you wanna get flipped, don't be scared. I was 13 years old on Ridge Avenue, getting drunk, me and Captain and Trip. Just a tiny ass boy.
Definitely too much build up there in that 500 range. Let's cut some of that and probably right under it as well. Let's see.
Night getting home, she had no clothes on. Tryna put this country boy to bed.
So I'm gonna show you how smooth that made the track overall. So let's flip back and forth. This is without it.
Night getting home, she had no clothes on. Tryna put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like to took it with loot. If you wanna get flipped, don't be scared.
Alright, now let's hear it with the EQ.
Night getting home, she had no clothes on. Tryna put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like to took it with loot. If you wanna get flipped, don't be scared.
Cool, I like where that is. Let's go ahead and add one more EQ and maybe another compressor as well to kind of change the tone. This we'll do the EQ after. Let's add this compressor first. This compressor is a mid-side compressor. If you want to use like the Poog Child from Waves, that'll work. Firechild from Tone Empire. There's a few that basically emulate the same compressor. I just like this one because I'm just a Slate fan. So let's go ahead and change this to mid-side mode and unlink them. This is really adding it's adding compression, but it's saturation. This compressor has a sound, and I want that sound added to this mix, so it's more of a tone thing.
Night getting home, she had no clothes on. Tryna put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like to took it with loot. If you wanna get flipped, don't be scared. I was 13 years old on Ridge Avenue, getting drunk, me and Captain and Trip. Just a tiny ass boy with some new gal boots. Hoping mama come and turn them loose. She got body there. Night getting home, she had no clothes on. Tryna put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like to took it with loot. If you wanna get flipped, don't be scared.
This is also a great time if you feel like the vocal is starting to jump out just a little bit too much. This is a great way to kind of control that because I can turn the middle, which is where the lead vocal is going to live. I can turn that down a little bit. Or I can boost the sides out a little bit to give us, you know, more volume on the sides to make the middle seem not quite as present, which is what I'm doing here.
Night getting home, she had no clothes on. Tryna put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like to took it with loot. If you wanna get flipped, don't be scared. I was 13 years old on Ridge Avenue, getting drunk, me and Captain and Trip. Just a tiny ass boy with some new gal boots. Hoping mama come and turn them loose.
All right, let's see where we can kind of boost some frequencies to just kind of give this song that little push it needs to get over the edge.
Night getting home, she had no clothes on. Tryna put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like to took it with loot.
And as you can see, the frequency spectrum is pretty flat. It's pretty even, which is good. That's what we wanted. I think there's still something down in here that we might want to cut and something up here that we may want to boost. So I'm going to mess with that.
Night getting home, she had no clothes on. Tryna put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like to took it with loot. If you wanna get flipped, don't be scared. I was 13 years old on Ridge Avenue, getting drunk, me and Captain and Trip. Just a tiny ass boy with some new gal boots. Hoping mama come and turn them loose. She got body there. Night getting home, she had no clothes on. Tryna put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like to took it with loot. If you wanna get flipped, don't be scared. I was 13 years old on Ridge Avenue, getting drunk, me and Captain and Trip. Just a tiny ass boy with some new gal boots. Hoping mama come and turn them loose. She got body there, you got to ride in there. Night getting home, she had no clothes on. Tryna put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like to took it with loot. If you wanna get flipped, don't be scared. I was 13 years old on Ridge Avenue, getting drunk, me and Captain and Trip. Just a tiny ass boy with some new gal boots. Hoping mama come and turn them loose. She got body there. Night getting home, she had no clothes on. Tryna put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like to took it with loot. If you want.
And that's step 5, leveling. So we're just taking the final, just making the final tweaks to make sure that everything is level, loud, punchy, and consistent. So we did that using pretty much our last EQ, this compressor here, and this limiter. And the reason we use really a few tools because we've done so much already. We just want to get that last bit of control and level out of the song. And here we're just trying to hit our loudness targets because we've already got the tone right. We've already controlled everything. We just want to make sure it's loud enough, it's punchy enough, and it's not clipping. And I think we're there, man. Let's hear it.
Night getting home, she had no clothes on. Tryna put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like to tug it with Lou. If you wanna get flicked on his cake. I was 13 years old on Ridge Avenue. Getting drunk, me and Captain and Trip. Just a tiny ass boy with some new gal boots. Hoping mama come and turn them loose. She body her, he got too hot in her.
And really, man, it's that simple to get your mix sounding incredible. As you look, we didn't use a whole lot of plugins, and that's one thing I learned as I got better at mixing. I used to always think there's just a plugin I haven't discovered yet. There's a tool that everybody else is using that I just don't know about, and that's why my mixes aren't coming out right. And it wasn't that. It was just the skills. You have to learn the 5 steps. Balance, clip, control, shape, level. It's easy, man. I'm telling you, these are the tips I'm giving you guys week in and week out. And if you need a little bit more help, drop me a line down below. Remember, my name is Vivi, and I'm here for you. So stay humble and make diamonds only. Peace.
Night getting home, she had no clothes on. Tryna put this country boy to bed. Got some wild ass buddies like to tug it with Lou. If you wanna get flicked on his cake. I was 13 years old on Ridge Avenue. Getting drunk, me and Captain and Trip. Just a tiny ass boy with some new gal.